John, are you surprised that you have so many fans in Montreal? For so many years, you were the enemy of the Canadiens here.
Well, it's amazing, you know. I like playing against Montreal. My fans are always good to me in Montreal too, and I'll never forget them because you know, you play a good game and they'll give you a good ovation, and that's what I liked. And here this afternoon or this morning, I didn't realize there were so many Leaf fans or even Montreal fans come in and got a few autographs here and there.
I see just across the way here there's a display for Jean Beliveau. I know that Jean used to give you fits during your career, but you also gave him some fits.
Sure, yeah.
You have stories about Jean that you remember?
Well, the ones that really gave me, Mr. Beliveau was a great player, a great centerman, great hockey player, good teammate. I can't say enough about him. And that, but I think the Rocket was lucky to have him because the Rocket is a guy that really drove me up the wall, more so than anybody. And then later on, there was a young Pocket, so there you go, you know. But I had a lot of problems here in Montreal.
You do a lot of these shows, you go out, you see a lot of people. Is there any one particular item that people always come to you to say, John, can you sign this? Is there one picture you see more often than any others?
Yes, there is not picture, but there's something I can't tell you what it was. I mean, I don't think it's appropriate time. But no, I sign a lot of pictures, all different kinds. Like here today, there's a lot of older pictures here. I'm surprised to see some of them going way back in the 60s. And they look old and in good shape, and they're collector's items. So, yeah, most of them are pretty well. You know, I know a few, but not all the time.
John, in Toronto, you walk the streets, people still recognize you. You're probably as recognizable as Santa Claus in that city, and you're a great throwback to a wonderful time in the franchise of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Is it special still to be recognized on the streets as you walk and meet fans still?
I meet a lot of fans. I can't remember all their names, but say, hello, John. Well, now I'm talking French if I stay here any longer, maybe, but they say, hello, and how are you? How you doing? What's the matter with the Maple Leafs? I said, I don't know. I could cheer for the Mighty Ducks as far as I'm concerned, but I said, we got a young team, and they escaped well, and so they just have, well, they're not too far. They're still in. And I told them, I said, Toronto will get in the playoffs this year, beginning of the season, and they say, you got to be out of your mind, Bauer. But they're close, I'm close. Like, look at the last year, Montreal got in by a point, I think, in the last game or something.
That's right, and it was finally they lost to the Maple Leafs in overtime, but the one point they got in the playoffs. And they went 3 rounds, so once you make it into the playoffs, right, anything can happen.
Well, that's right, and they played well in the playoffs, the Canadiens did, the boys did, you bet.
When do we see you back in Montreal again? I know this city loves you very much, and you have a lot of fans in Montreal. Is this the kind of town you like to come through often?
Well, not too, but I'm looking forward to coming to Montreal all the time. And yeah, it's nice to meet a lot of people. I met a few goalkeepers here today. A lot of guys here that are even standing with goalkeepers and that, like, you know. There's a fellow dropped in a glove of mine. It says, I used to do some advertising for Spalding, and he had a catching glove there. And I thought, wow, that thing was 58, 59. And boy, oh boy, yeah. So he was, I said, you want to sell it? He, no, I don't want to sell it.
Are you surprised about sports collectibles now? Hockey collectibles are so popular. Fans come now from all over the world to this city. They'll send you cards. I'm sure you still get a lot of fan mail. Are you surprised at how popular sports memorabilia is?
Oh, it's just amazing how it is. I get a lot of mail. I go back, I'll have about 40 letters. I got a letter from a little boy one day. He was 10 years old. And he said, Dear Mr. Bowie, he says, I think you're a good goalkeeper, but not as good as Glenn Hall. So, so I go ahead and I send him an extra picture, you know.
Was this Glenn Hall's grandson by any chance?
I don't know who it was, but to this day, but it could have been.
Well, great to see you in town, John. You're welcome here anytime. Again, you have lots of fans in Montreal. We love you in this city very much, and you're a great reminder of a wonderful time when the Canadiens and the Leafs were a terrific rivalry.
Right.
Are we going to see that kind of rivalry again? Are the Leafs?
Well, maybe in time with the young team the Leafs got now, and they keep them together. I think there's possible like that. And Montreal got a younger team too, and so it's going to be interesting. Time will tell, I guess, like anything else, and I hope they do. And I remember one time I went to a banquet, and they had a question and answer period, and they asked me about the Toronto Maple Leafs. I said, well, look, I hope Toronto, naturally being the Toronto Maple Leafs, I hope they win it. And I said, I hope if they don't, I hope Montreal win it. And all of a sudden, I got a few boos. And then I thought to myself, okay, I said, then I hope that Ottawa win it. I thought they were going to throw me out of the arena there. I thought, wow. So anyway, I just hope that, you know, it's a good hockey and everything. And as long as the cup is kept in Canada, that's what I want.
There you go. Well, thanks, John. Thanks for very much for your time today, and safe travels, keep well, and keep coming back to Montreal as often as you like.
Thank you very, very much. It's great to be here. Thank you.